Good Monday morning, Jim. Good Monday morning, everybody. We are
Election Eve.
Election Eve. 1 day left until the most important election in our lifetime, to say the least. We are going to review the latest poll numbers. We're going to have the issues with the ballot boxes, some of the polling places, some more sign stealing, all sorts of other things. Jim, I see something's going on there. We having some trouble?
Nope, we're good.
Okay, good.
We never do that one.
Oh, we don't. Okay, so locals. Yeah. So if you're trying to watch us on locals, you can't. I'm still having internet issues despite all the stuff that's happened. So folks, bear with me. It's still
everything
happening.
Else is good.
Everything else is good. We're good to go. Also, we're going to play some clips from President Biden. He's eating babies again. We have some ads that are running now for Trump that are just absolutely the most amazing things I've ever seen. And it's the clear message that he is sending here on election eve. It is 4th and goal. We are at the 1 yard line, folks. We need to push it over into the end zone here. This is so important. So all that plus so much more. Jim, on another what?
Live.
Yes.
From the Patriots Prayer Network studios. It is 2 guys, 1 coup.
America, if you've ever needed to, now's the time. Wake the hell up.
Lost in the crowd, truth hides deep, buried in the noise. Left hand deals lies, can't stifle the choice. Fight back rage, flames in the night. No more chains, break free from the fright. Eyes clear now, vision in the dark. We stand up, never bow to the mark. We are the storm, we are the fight. 2 guys, 1 coup, bringing light. No more lies, no more games. Stand tall and truth, break the chains. They spit and scream, push buttons in the dark. Yet we rise, never crumble in the park. Paint our faces with colors bright. March ahead in the dead of night. Shattered dreams won't silence us now. Left and right mixed poison in the vow. But we see through, we feel the beat.
Well, hello. Thank you for joining us on this Monday morning election eve and for spending your time with us. We really do appreciate it. A lot to cover today. Let's start with some of the polling numbers that we're hearing out there. Now, Jim and I have, and if you didn't follow us on our previous platform, we are not poll guys. We don't believe polls whatsoever. I don't even believe the early voting counts. I know what they're saying, and I know how it's going. I understand that Republicans are outgaining Democrats, even in registered votes and all that. Again, independents are still wishy-washy to me. I don't know what's coming in some of those states, like Iowa. There was one report Harris was leading. Of course, now they're reporting Trump is up by 10. I don't think Iowa's a concern. That's not my main concern.
Trafalgar has them up by 6. Trump up by 6 in Iowa.
Okay, so. Which still surprises me a little bit, to be honest with you. Should be higher. I think it is too. But my concern is with the early votes in Pennsylvania, the early votes in North Carolina, early votes in Michigan. I think Wisconsin, Minnesota is a no-go. I don't think he takes it. Wisconsin's always tight, so it could happen on election day. Depends on what happens on that day. Right. But Pennsylvania, there's a pathway to win if he takes Arizona, Nevada, Georgia, North Carolina, and Pennsylvania. He won't need
the
Michigans, Minnesotas, and Wisconsin.
Except I don't think he's taking Arizona, though. I'm sorry.
I'm telling you, there's so many. I understand that Maricopa is just a cesspool of cheating. I get that. It's a mess. It's an absolute mess. The truth of the matter is maybe it is too big to rig there. I don't know. We'll see. Pennsylvania, on the other hand, the real telltale sign is where are they campaigning at here at the end, right?
Yep.
Where are they going? That's where they are making the push and where the races are tight.
Right.
Now, Kamala Harris decided to skip a Michigan rally to go to Saturday Night Live. So
which is why I think internal polling shows them that they're probably going to lose Michigan.
You think they really are? Even
I
understand
tight,
that. So
if that was tight, she would not have missed it.
hasn't pulled any money. Matter of fact, transferred her North Carolina money to Michigan, which also does tell you that maybe she needs that push there in Michigan.
Then why
for
cancel
sure.
the meeting? Then why cancel this
rally? Oh, the event, the rally. I agree with
Look,
that.
there's reports coming out, and take it for what it's worth, folks. I mean, if you, I've been watching a lot of news here over the weekend. OAN, Newsmax, Fox, and all of that.
All of them.
They're and CNN and MSNBC, unfortunately. But one of the things that comes out that apparently Walz and Harris had a meeting with their whatever the guy is, their campaign guy,
campaign manager,
and they were not pleased coming out of it. Okay, because internal polling is a lot different than what we.
It is, and it's a lot. You're right. We're not hearing all of that.
When you start seeing them react the way they are, the hate, the
vitriol.
Anger. You had Nancy Pelosi going on the shows. Something is telling them they're in trouble. I don't know what kind of polling is telling them that doing what they're doing by calling us garbage, by calling conservative women, they can't vote unless their husbands are with them. And
they're not smart. He doesn't hang around smart conservative women.
Where is the women standing up? Where is the now women saying, hey, whoa. Okay, conservative women are just as strong. Where is this? So it shows where they're at. Right?
I haven't seen so many conservative women wearing vagina hats.
Right. They're angry women who want to kill babies. That's who they are.
That's what they're voting for. That's their one issue vote. We talked about this many times. We talked about it off air before the show, that the white liberal, I'm sorry, white liberal suburban women are one issue voters. And it's Trump's going to take away your right, which is he cannot do that. Do you understand this, people? That he cannot do that. He cannot executive order a ban on abortion across the country. You get that, right? No, they don't. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
He has said time and time again, even when he wasn't running for president, he has never believed in a total ban on abortion. Never.
Correct. Ever. And never said it. Never came out of his mouth. Of course, he never said he was going to kill Liz Cheney either, but they ran with that. Now, thank God, honestly, as all things liberals lie about, it backfired on them. It absolutely backfired on them.
I want to ask you a question. I wanted to ask this. In the folks watching, and even the folks that watch it later, please comment on this, because this is the question.
Agree with that, Aiken.
That I have. We've seen the mainstream media, flat out lie. I mean, they're lying. They're still using Charlottesville. They're still talking about.
They are. Obama just said it this weekend.
They're putting all this stuff out there, and you've got certain people like Bill Maher calling them out. Bill Maher is no fan of President Trump.
Nope.
But he calls out mainstream media. When are we going to be able to? Is there a action that we can take? I know, don't watch none of that's not what I'm asking. Is there an action we can take for going after them for doing the damage that they've done to this country? We are supposed to rely on the journalists. We're supposed to rely on them for the news, the story. Remember, we're always supposed to rely on them because that's how we get our news. We've got a lot of people not getting the fact about President Trump. 89%, folks, mainstream media, 89% of everything discussed about President Trump was negative.
Exactly.
And 83% talked about Kamala was positive.
Was in a positive light. How's that going to change? I don't know, Jim. That's the motive now. That's the meaning. That's where the money comes from. Is there a lawyer
out there is there something we can do as a people to say we're suing your ass? I mean, I don't know what else to do, because this is misinformation that, according to Hillary Clinton, she's worried about, right?
And since Seth says it best here, if it weren't for dishonesty, the left wouldn't have any honesty at all. That is absolutely the truth. So as we do at the beginning of every show, and we kind of missed it this time, but we're going to go hear from our sponsor, our good friends at Great Gear Apparel. We see Rich is on. Thank you for joining. We appreciate that. He will be on tomorrow, election day too, with us. He'll join us for a little bit. We'll get all those details out. We'll go into more details about the coverage that Patriots Prayer Network is going to have tomorrow on election day, streaming live from 7:30 Pacific till whenever it's over, that night. So it's going to be late. It's going to be full coverage. All of us are going to be on at different times. We'll get into that. But first, let's hear from our great sponsor, Great Gear Apparel and Lock and Load Coffee, and we'll be right back.
Grit is defined as firmness of character, unyielding courage in the face of hardship or danger. At Grit Gear Apparel, we honor all military, police, fire, public service, and patriotic Americans, both men and women regardless of color, creed, or religion. Our brand represents the love and freedom for our country, the heroism of all our men and women, and the principles of what this wonderful country was built on. Our goal is to regenerate the sense of patriotism and to spark the American pride within us, to stand together in the toughest times and become victorious, to preserve all our freedoms, to honor our flag, and to respect the men and women who have fought and died for us to have these freedoms. Wear our brand with pride, with a sense of patriotism, and as a statement for the love of our country. Whether you're military, public official, or civilian, our brand is for you. Together we stand as Americans.
We do stand as Americans. Remember that. Thank you, Buckeye. Good morning. OH, by the way. GreatGearApparel.com. And of course, lockandloadcoffee.com. Please go there. Support this America First, veteran supported, family owned and operated company. Please use coupon code 2GUYS if you haven't, and continue to use that code every time you order and reorder. Please use the code 2GUYS. Your first order, you get 10% off, free shipping on anything over $125, and join their coffee club. Do not forget to do that. That way you never run out, and you don't want to run out.
Business.
Yeah, and you're helping a small business, and you're helping a community, small community.
And I'm sure Rich is looking forward to the help that Kamala Harris will give them.
Yeah. He probably doesn't need anybody's help. He's, they'll get it directly from that administration. God forbid that happens. Jim, I'm nervous. I don't know about you.
I know you were weird. Like I was. It's funny. You were like I was two or 3 months ago. Remember? And I am like you were 2 or 3 months ago. You were positive. You were like, "Oh, Jim, don't worry about it. Don't." Now I'm positive, and you're like, "I just don't."
We can't get on the same
because I believe they've spotted this. I mean, I get it. We don't know what's going to happen at counting and everything else, and how you can sit there and tell me that a state it's going to take until January 15th of 2028 for them to finish counting.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
That's a joke. 2028. It's a joke. But this should not take any longer than what it is, folks. If they need time, it's because they got to see where they're at. And
they got to see how they need to know the count, right?
Because Raskin said it out loud over the weekend.
Jamie Raskin. Yep.
Representative Raskin said he is not, even if he wins, he will not be there at Inauguration Day.
Correct.
They've got something planned. All right. You and I have said this before. So I believe he's going to win the election. But whether or not he takes over on Inauguration Day is completely, I don't know. That's all up in arms. Now, whether they're going to try to kill him, whether they're going to try to fast track a legal thing that they can do, I don't know.
Yeah.
But they're not going to let him take it without a fight.
That's right.
And
that's right.
See, everyone accuses President Trump. Well, he's not going to acknowledge the election. If it was a fair election where there was no cheating at all out there, President Trump would accept the results and move on.
Yep, correct. But we always talk about it. They lead us to one conclusion with, I was going to play this a little later, but things like this, happening in Nebraska of all places. Okay. Take a look at this little video. It's a guy filming a guy at a ballot box. It's got
if you watch 2,000 Mules,
if you watch
this is very reminiscent.
This is exactly what happened in it. This is happening This happened this weekend in Nebraska. For you listening, he's at a ballot box. There's a guy in a car filming him. You'll hear him.
This one, maybe.
Looking around.
Looking around,
Looking around.
still putting ballots into the ballot box.
Scanning
And now
the
doing
cell
what
phone.
they always do.
Sending his text. Taking a picture of him being there doing it.
Getting paid. Taking a selfie.
He's taking a picture of himself. It looks like selfie. 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 What?
It's obvious. There he did. Took his picture. Another unmanned ballot box, unsupervised, no cameras around. If it weren't for that guy taking the film, that's Nebraska, right?
Yep.
Where they claim Trump will take 4 electoral votes. And because of the Republican in Nebraska, Kamala will take the 1. Could make the difference. Could in a race like this, could make the difference, that 1 electoral vote, believe it or not. That's why this Trump ad is so important. Regardless of what you've heard out there, the key, if you haven't voted, if you know somebody who hasn't voted, you need to get to the polls tomorrow. And we generally do. I'm afraid the early voting is going to stop those, lower those numbers. I don't know.
I don't believe so. I believe the women. I
No.
believe the women have shown up to vote early. They have. They're outpacing men right now, but that's okay because I think the men will catch up tomorrow.
Mhm.
I really do.
And we need the church to vote, for the love of God. Church and gun owners, those who care about their Second Amendment rights, get out there and vote. We know there's millions that don't.
Yep. Oh, and gun owners, yeah, we know that. We already know that.
Which is bizarre.
Look, she has a lead over women. She does. She's got the women vote. She's going to win it. She's going to. But folks, I am telling you right now, President Trump, I believe, is going to win this election. And he's going to win it with the black vote, the union vote, the Hispanic vote, and the Arab Muslim vote. I believe he's winning it with those individuals, because though 50% of the black community is not voting for President Trump, but if he gets 30 to 35,
that's huge.
I do believe the Jewish vote, he's going to get more than 50%. I think he's projecting up near 60.
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
So you take all of those into account. The women vote aren't enough.
Yep.
It's not enough. The
It's
illegals maybe, but it's not enough to put him over the top. So this is why I'm confident, because at each state, people are being caught. You've got the Supreme Court of a state helping us out. You've got, you're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to count those. We had one state, gosh, dang it, I wish I remember the state. Somebody else could help me out there that heard this, but there were 160,000 duplicate ballots.
Yeah.
Okay. Now Laura Trump said they haven't been counted, and she smiled and said, and they won't be counted. We're watching. We're seeing this stuff going on. But again, like Dale has said many, many times, it's what goes on in the counting that worries us.
It does.
It's not, we're catching all the stuff now, right? We're catching all of this.
It's the after after tomorrow.
Right.
It's after the polls close tomorrow. So you have to, Kamala's not going to garner 90 million votes. You want to play something, Jim? Comment? No?
You want me to?
I don't care.
Because here's a typical liberal person.
Oh,
Look at these two homophobic, transphobic races.
Kamala Harris will win and put people like you in prison camps. Loot. It's odd that the Democrat would say loot.
Oh my God.
Quite fitting.
Typical though. That's all they do. That's all
sitting in
they
his mom's
have.
basement, in his wife beater, and his underpants, his stained yellow and brown underpants, and he's typing that stuff. That's what they do. So if you're still listening, and thank you for joining and supporting the show, we appreciate
thank you though.
That's what they said. So in the comment, if you want to comment back to the bedwetter,
if somebody wants to have a nice little chat with them, go ahead.
Chat with them and help yourself. But thank you for joining. Of course, that came from YouTube, didn't it? Never disappoints.
Nope. Facebook.
YouTube never disappoints.
Came from Facebook.
But here's the importance. So here's what we're getting at. Yeah, of course I want you to play comments like that because it just makes them look exactly. It's exactly to our point. They can't debate on policy. They have none. They have none that work for America. So they just literally just keep commenting.
Thank you, Seth.
The bedwetter eat paint chips as a child. Well, I'm still eating them. I think, Seth.
I think he's still eating them. Yeah.
He still is. Well, I'm glad we got a fan, so that's nice. This is why it's important. Do you think, no matter what the cheating goes, that Kamala's gonna get 82 million votes? Is that even possible? It's not possible. It's definitely not possible. That's why we need 100 million votes for Donald Trump. And that's why this ad is so important. I'm going to play that. We'll be right back.
Think about all they've done to Donald Trump. First, it was hoaxes, witch hunts, and impeachments. Then it was FBI raids, courtrooms, and mugshots. Finally, it was bullets in a Pennsylvania field. And after all that, this man stood up with blood draining down his face, pumped his fists in the air, and told us to fight. Fight. Fight.
America's future will be bigger, better, bolder, brighter, happier, stronger, freer, greater, and more united than ever before. And we will make America great again.
We know what they think of us.
The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters.
So if Donald Trump can get through all of that, we can get out to vote.
That's the absolute honest truth. That ad, that gets you right in the feels, Jim, because that's true. All he's been through, everything they've put him through, has always been to get to us.
Even
always
when he was
has
president?
been. He said it. Even when, yes, that's what I'm saying. From the time he came down that escalator to this exact day, it's been nothing but destroying this man's life, character, his family's life, and our lives. That's their goal. You got to go vote tomorrow, people. If you haven't already early voted, you need to go, no matter what the lines are. Remember, do not, if there's a marking on your ballot, ask for a new one. If something's going on in a machine and you have machine voting where you're at, take a video of it. Show your pollster, show your local Republicans. Get the word out. It's so important. Most important one in our life, Jim.
And
that's why I'm nervous as hell.
A lot of people have been, not a lot, but there's been a number of people reporting that they show up and you've already voted.
Yes.
Pay close attention to that too, because that's going on. But folks, we've said this before and we haven't said it in a while, but no matter what that idiot from Facebook is saying about us on there, I don't give a crap, because
YouTube or Facebook,
what they do, that's all they got. But you can't vote socialism out.
You cannot.
Once socialism gets here, you can't vote it out. And all these people that think communists or socialism is better, it's going to be equal. No, because the wealthy is still going to be wealthy. And the middle class is going to become desolate. That's what socialism is. No matter what people try to tell you, no matter how they try to mean it. And communism is even worse. All right. The price control that Kamala is going to do. You know what price control causes people to do? The manufacturers? Not make as much.
Correct.
Which means it's harder to get, which means prices go up.
Prices go up and you get what you get.
Well, supply and demand, folks.
They want.
Basic
supply and demand. It's simple. Somebody like this douche on it is Facebook, not YouTube. I apologize. That douche is definitely he doesn't get it.
I think
here's what Seth said. At the end of the day, the left can say anything they want. We conservatives and Republicans need to get off our asses and get to the polls and let our voices be heard loud and clear tomorrow. That is plain and simple. Plain and simple. That's what you have to do. So
you can't. Socialism will not go. Remember, folks, this is the group that wants to get rid of the Electoral College and stack the court.
Yep.
If we lose the Electoral College, it's done. I mean, because they have so much control of the populated areas that it's I mean, you see the county maps at the end of the vote, right? Every year we see it. We see the vote at the end. It's all red except around the major metropolitan areas. It's blue.
Yep.
It's red everywhere else. I don't think I want people in California, San Francisco, New York, and Chicago deciding who is our president. I don't want that.
Correct.
All right. So
this is so our bedwetter said something absolutely true here. It's probably not wrong.
We've already said it. We're very aware of that.
We're very aware of that. Yeah, we're very aware of that. But I thought Trump wanted to jail his political opponents. Huh. That seems like it goes against the narrative, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Well,
get your hands out of your pants and go make a living, buddy. Okay.
So. Yeah, it's Oh, sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, and look at the picture. I mean, just look at what he's doing. So anyway,
I just like playing because I like making fun of him. That's
because this is what happens.
This is who we're dealing with. This is
all
what
we're
voting for.
But he did say something correct, and you and I said this on the last show. Don't be mistaken at all, folks. Do not be mistaken when I tell you that in 1 to 2 years, if Kamala Harris wins with everything that John Kerry and Hillary Clinton have said about misinformation,
correct,
this network may not be here.
Yeah,
this network may be gone.
This is good. What the hell kind of first name is Raven? And Seth comes right back with stripper's name.
Yeah. It is what it is, folks. I mean, this is a very dangerous time. If this idiot wants communism, there's a lot of places he can go.
A lot of places he can go to get communism. I don't even know
there's
what it
only
is.
one United States for the rest of us.
That's right.
Go wherever the hell you
can
want.
go. You know. He's just posting.
Of course he does. Yeah, that's what.
Because he's a she, it, them,
guys,
they, them, zers.
I am not showing this latest thing that he put out there, but I can tell you right now, it is exactly what the Democrats feel right now. Right now is what they feel.
So look where he's from. Look where he's from. So
racist all you want, but there are more people joining the conservative side that are of color than what you're saying. So my friend, are the racist. So knock it off.
Yep.
And if you want to have a debate with us, have a debate with us. You can sit there and insult us all you want. Have a debate, but you don't, because you have nothing to debate other than killing babies and making young children the opposite sex.
The only thing that aggravates me is he gets better Wi-Fi where he's at than I do.
That's a weird basement that he's at.
He's probably using Elon Musk's Starlink. So thank you for that.
Can I play something real quick? Because I want to go with this racism that he wants to say.
Go ahead.
This doesn't sound racist, folks. This is somebody in California. And I actually like this.
So I just went and voted right around the corner from my house here in California. And I pull up, I take my little hat off, but I don't take my garbage bag off. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something. I am in the most liberalist state probably out the whole damn union, okay? California is pretty blue here, okay? Why everybody showing up in their trash bags? The lady was like, I guess you're not going to tell me why you have a trash bag on either, huh? And I looked at her, and I looked at everybody, and everybody looked at me like, you better not say nothing. I ain't saying nothing. You going to have to Google it, lady. Why we all wearing trash bags. This is why we wearing trash bags.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
Look at that racist.
Yeah, look at that racist. What? Yeah, look at that racist. Just racist.
By the way, Raven, I am no longer going to play your stuff, so you can sit there and say whatever the hell you want.
You can comment all you want.
We are no longer going to acknowledge you unless you want to talk about policy.
Yeah.
But that's what's out there.
What we're doing.
That's why I think the black vote, I think, is going to make the biggest difference when you look at the Jewish vote, the black vote. I really honestly think it is, because this is what's real. Right? The black community has been destroyed by the left. They have been destroyed by them constantly.
Correct. They have,
and they're finally realizing it. They're coming to wait a minute. I did much better under President Trump.
That's right.
I did much better under him.
Yep, that's right.
But it's idiots like this who watch the CNNs, who watch the MSNBCs of the world, that don't get the real stories out there.
That's right.
because
That's
they
right.
don't want you to know the real
Correct.
stories.
Correct.
The Democrats do not want black people to realize, wow, if you actually worked hard, you can become successful in this country.
Mm-hmm.
And we've never held them down, ever.
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
we are just the party of, we'll help you up.
Well, that's right.
We're not giving you a handout.
That's
Okay?
right.
That goes
Mhm.
for white people. That goes for Hispanic people. That goes for women, men,
Mhm.
every color,
Every-
race, creed,
doesn't matter.
whatever. Okay?
Correct.
That's what
Correct.
we do.
That's
And
right.
that's why we get called racist all the time, because we don't want to give handouts.
That's right.
No, sorry.
Yep.
We just
Sorry. Let's get to some more videos, Jim. Let's get to some more election stuff that's going on around here. So Georgia's again, Fulton County's up there their own crap again. I think I think Trump is firmly going to take Georgia. I do. I honestly this time believe that to be true. But for how long before we find out? Well, let's just see what they're saying again.
Monday comes in an anxious time.
Keep in mind, this is from CBS, the trusted news source, and 60 Minutes. So
Why should Americans have confidence in this election?
We have tons of people, processes, and policies in place.
oh, okay. I'm
I
confident.
feel better. I
All
already
50
feel better.
I feel better. all right.
States in the district to assure that the outcome of the election is correct.
Correct,
Done.
but maybe not as fast as our nerves would like.
So on election night, don't expect to know the winner. We probably will have a pretty good idea who won the presidency, maybe around Thursday or Friday.
Unbelievable. Thursday or Friday. When's Indiana going to be done? When are you going to know? About 7:01 Eastern time.
Well, in all honesty,
let's be honest.
probably by 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, the whole council will be done, but we'll be able to say who won by 10
correct.
at the latest.
Yep, exactly. Florida, same way. Most likely Texas, most likely 45 states out of the union. We'll know. So,
And
which
isn't
ones
it
won't?
weird?
Geez, look at this.
All the states that had the issues
Mm-hmm.
with the cheating
Yeah.
are the ones who expect long counts.
Longer count. I mean, it's
And I'm going to
obvious.
do one step further here, folks.
Yeah.
I don't think he's winning Arizona,
I do. See,
but
I
I
feel
do
confident
believe
about it.
President Trump is going to win Michigan.
See, that's weird.
I think
feel
he
opposite.
wins Michigan, and I think he wins Pennsylvania. I think he wins North Carolina, and there is an outside chance,
Yeah.
that he will get Virginia. Okay, and the only reason I'm saying that are the Republicans that are voting early.
Correct. Let's hear it
Okay.
from Rick here.
And
I've never been
so-
more proud.
Yep.
Garbage than now. I guess I'm a Trumpster dumpster.
So just watch. Let's not panic. Okay, go vote. Do
Mhm.
your duty and
Yeah.
vote. Just vote. Just go vote. I believe, and I do, and because I'm like Dale was 2 months ago.
Oh,
I believe
am.
it's going to come out in our favor. Now, what happens after that, I can't make
Predict.
any guesses. I can't make any, but I can tell you right now, there is no way in hell you're going to be able to convince me that Kamala Harris received over 100 million votes, which is pretty much what it's going to take to beat President Trump this time around. I'm just saying. You can't tell me when you sit there and look at the issues.
Yeah.
The top 3 issues: economy,
Yep.
border,
Order.
global.
Mhm.
It's a mess.
It's
It's absolutely a mess. We got another one coming in
Yeah.
from YouTube.
Oh yeah, let's play this one. It's language people.
They have nothing.
Yay,
folks. All they do
Gordon.
is insult us.
We're
That's
fascists,
it. That's
fascists,
all
yeah.
they can do.
That's all they can
Anyway,
do. Thank you for that.
Those are the top issues with the country. I mean, you talk about overall country, abortion's like 10th.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
But abortion seems to be the thing that's carrying that group.
I don't know. When I'm sitting around the dinner table with my family, we're not talking about, geez, how long should we kill babies for? What is the acceptable time to kill a human being? You know, that's just not what we're talking about. We just aren't talking about that. And it's back to the states. If you don't like what your state does, vote that leadership out. That's the freedom you have now. You have more freedom now to control your killing of babies than you had when the Supreme Court had it. That's what's happening out there. Unbelievable. At any rate, so that's happening. Long lines in Bucks County. Did you see this? This is a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Let's hear what was going on there. But encouraging news. So
Bucks County, we're actually the back of the line. Ava, show it over here. If you pan over here to the left, Ava, you can see the line wraps all the way around the building. It goes all the way around.
Look at all those fascists. Anyway.
We are going to talk to some of the people in the back of the line here. Let's go right to the back of the line. Who's the last line here? Anybody? Right here? Anybody want to talk about what time did you get here today? Okay. You're live on Facebook. What time? Just now? What is it now? 1 o'clock?
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that it might be 6 hours to get to the front of the line?
I'm fine with it. I can go where I want.
Action.
And I can't come back on Monday because
Tuesday
because I babysit.
Okay, there you go. So if she can't vote today, she can't. You're saying you can't vote Tuesday?
I can't find. I can't vote on Tuesday
because she babysits. So that means she's disenfranchised. And I'm not asking you. I don't care who you're voting for. That is wrong. The fact that she may not be, she can't come back on Tuesday, and she's going to have. By the way, just so you know, it's probably going to be 5 hours. So 6 o'clock.
5 hours.
Hear that? And you're okay with it?
I'm fine. I want to get my vote in. I watch my granddaughter too when she runs.
Okay, well, these are patriots. They're no matter who they're voting for, they're patriots. They're willing to have their vote. But many people can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they can't stay all day today because they have other obligations.
And I don't like voting.
Well, good for you. Let's go up the line and just show everybody what it is. You can see here, Ava, all the different people here. We go around. I want to show how big this line is. If you just keep it here.
People are sitting in chairs.
All the people that
waiting to vote.
We're doing a little. I do, but. Oh yes. How are you doing? Everything good? Sorry about this line. So you can see here, goes all the way around. Ava.
This is crazy.
Extremely long. I know Janet here has been waiting since 10.
Okay. Well, let's get to the front. We can get some of the people there. And here we are going towards the front.
And real quick, before I finish it, do you know why? Because they only had 1 to 2 poll workers in there.
Yes. Did you notice that too?
Mm-hmm. 1 to 2 poll workers in there.
A lot. It's not just there. Other counties in Pennsylvania did the same thing.
Yep. You get the gist of it. I'll take it off there, but you understand what's happening here. The long lines, 1 to 2 poll workers. This is how we feel too, Seth. When I'm not burning crosses and goose stepping around the camp, I like to kick babies and punch blind children. That's us. What we do. Yep. That's fascist, racist, homophobic people that we are. So that's happening and did happen. Jim, what else do we got here? Oh, well, speaking of punching babies, let's just get to this real quick. Biden had a good time on Halloween. We haven't been on since then, so I know this is old news, but we got this. Listen to the music. Like it's just it just sums up the Biden administration in a whole.
Yeah.
And the whole panda thing, there's a theory behind all that. Conspiracy theory.
Isn't that the wonderful Dr. Biden? Isn't that?
Yeah, I think so. Isn't it? Isn't that her in there? Looks better. There he goes. Yeah. Gonna bring some babies up. Here's one. The music. More appropriate. There's another one. Here comes the second baby. Look at this happy mother. Well, I'm sure it's a step.
Why are you eating my child's foot?
Chew on the babies. No mother's letting her chew. I mean, I laugh because is this not the creepiest freaking? Was that not creepy, dude?
He's been creepy ever since he got in.
So Joe Biden did respond to it. I don't know if you heard this or not. All right, there's some language involved and some anger, but he did respond to it. So he was upset with the whole thing, but I think he's just pissed off in general. But here's his response. So if you have little ones listening or something, you might want to take them away for this one because Biden got a little languagey on this.
Americans and delicious babies. It's your boy Dank Brandon here. I wanted to address the footage you saw of me biting an infant tonight. Look, to be honest, it's been a rough couple of fucking months for yours truly. First VP Cackles, Barack and George Clooney, who you may know from famous dog shit films such as Batman and Robin, planned
Barack and George Clooney. Cackles. Okay, I gotta finish it. Sorry.
Coup on me. Then the sons of bitches took away my supply of adrenochrome. So tonight, in a moment of weakness, I decided to cut out the middleman and go right to the source. What can I say except have you ever tried baby? Absolutely delicious. Yeah, I bit some thighs and suckled some toes. Big deal. What are they going to do? 25th Amendment me. I fucking dare you. Anyways, vote for Cackles. Or write in D's nuts for all I care. I don't give a rat's ass anymore. Dank Brandon out.
Sorry. Should have gave credit to who made that. But vote for Cackles. Or D's nuts for all I care. Unbelievable stuff. That was good. That was real good. Jim, we probably got to get to a sponsor real quick.
Yeah.
You want to you do this well. Let's do the Trump token, folks. Let's hear from Trump token. We will be back in a couple of minutes for more beautiful comments from our fans.
Yeah, we'll see in a bit.
America faces challenges like never before. Economic uncertainty, social unrest, debt implosion. The foundations of our freedom are under attack. To restore strength, prosperity, and the American way of life, Trump must win.
I plan to ensure that the United States will be the crypto capital of the planet and the Bitcoin superpower of the world.
Introducing the Trump token, blending the deflationary model of Bitcoin with the technological advancement of Solana. It's more than just a cryptocurrency. It's America's future medium of exchange. The Trump token pledges to donate 50% of proceeds, up to $50 million, to Trump's 2024 re-election campaign. Join the movement. Stand with Trump. Secure your future at thetrumptoken.com.
And second one.
Introducing the Trump token, America's cryptocurrency, a digital revolution to make America great again. Built on the high-performance Solana blockchain, the Trump token merges the economic principles of Bitcoin with the speed, scalability, and efficiency of modern technology. Designed to empower politically engaged communities, the Trump token taps into three major demand ecosystems: the Trump community, global cryptocurrency enthusiasts, and the internationally recognized Trump brand. In a world of financial uncertainty, the Trump token stands as a scarce and durable digital asset, positioned for growth within a rapidly expanding global market. Powered by Solana, the Trump token offers lightning-fast transactions, unparalleled scalability, and robust security, making it the ideal currency for both everyday use and political engagement. With a total supply capped at 21 million Trump tokens, 10 million are available for pre-sale at just $10 per token. In a powerful show of support, 50% of all pre-sale proceeds will be donated to Donald J. Trump's 2024 presidential campaign via super PACs. That's right, up to $50 million of crypto in kind will be donated to ensure Trump wins. On top of the donation, 40% free additional Trump tokens will be distributed over 36 months to all pre-sale participants who hold. Check out our official white paper for more. Driven by a decentralized governance model, the Trump token empowers its community to shape its future, ensuring the token remains aligned with the values of its supporters. Together, let's make America great again. Go to thetrumptoken.com to get involved. The Trump token. Own America's cryptocurrency now.
Yep, please go to thetrumptoken.com. It is not too late, and it will continue. Cryptocurrency is the wave of the future. I will have to get a little bit more in tune with it all, but please go support thetrumptoken.com. So we do thank you for that as well. Yes, Onyx. Okay.
Thank you to the point for joining in.
Yep, thank you very much. Yeah, I appreciate that. Always good guys. Please go listen to them. They will be on tomorrow evening as well with election day coverage here on the Patriots Prayer Network. So tune in for all of that. Jim, a couple more things I want to get to here real quick. I think we should let's continue with the ballot thing. There's Minnesota had an issue as well. Now, I think we can both agree Minnesota is probably out of play for.
Yeah, we always think it's going to be closer.
We always do, and it never is.
But I can tell you one thing.
Mhm.
The Arab Americans up there
Yes,
are supporting President Trump.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
And again, we're hearing the rumors that Elon Omar's in trouble again, blah, blah, blah. There's all sorts of these things going on there.
We hear AOC's in trouble and everything else.
We do. But here's what's going on in Minnesota. I'm sure everything's good.
I'm in front of the Twin Lake post office, and while the clerks in the post office don't know what all was taken from the damaged post box, they're afraid that some more absentee ballots may be missing.
It did. I hope it's not to get the ballots. Again, we don't know what kind of mail was taken or
ballots.
How much was taken, but I do know that I do have 2 constituents that didn't get their ballots.
If you put an absentee ballot into the Twin Lake post box this weekend, you should make sure to track it or call your local clerk. The box was vandalized, and according to the Blue Lake Township clerk, some absentee ballots are missing.
That's 2 that I know about. I don't know if there's any out there, and I think that's why we're talking today is if you put your ballot in that box between Saturday and Monday morning and you want to follow up with it.
The mail that's affected is anything dropped in the blue box between Saturday morning and Monday morning. Abrams says 2 voters contacted him saying their ballots were in that box.
Now, is that going to make a difference in Minnesota?
That's Michigan.
I mean, sorry, Michigan. I'm sorry. I meant Michigan. Did I put Minnesota? I did put Michigan.
Yeah, you put Michigan, but you said Minnesota.
Yeah, I did.
So
Or it might
want to make
Minnesota.
sure it's because it's. Yeah.
So is that going to make a difference? Well, how many of those are happening around? And what are we not hearing is what always scares me.
How many are being filled out?
How many are being filled out? That's right. How many are being filled out? And then, of course, we got this lunatic in Illinois. So language, by the way. Oh, no. Look what happened in the video. Can't see it.
No.
Yep. Cute. That was a good one.
Hi, you're being recorded. Just to let you know for the court of law.
You get the gist of it.
And you just committed a crime. You just committed a crime.
This is actually on public property.
You just committed. I know. You committed a crime. You can't do that.
I love when they say public property.
There you go.
Yeah,
That's his face.
It can be put on.
That's what they look like.
On property.
Go ahead. Not too
Go
close.
ahead, what?
Not too close.
Fuck you.
This is his face.
You stink.
F you.
This is his face. That's what they look like. Yep. Look at that. That's what they look like. So next time you look and you think what they look like, that's their face.
You can't see it because of my video.
That's their face.
Ah. Did you hear what he said?
You gotta love them.
You are an effing retard. That's the party of the left? That's the words we're not supposed to say,
And
right?
Seth, this is correct.
Yes, that is correct.
It happened because the
100%.
Republican congressman put that up again. Put this up again. They're asking, the Republicans has sent a letter asking the Pentagon why the absentee ballots did not go to the military. We know why.
We know why.
I mean, we know why.
Yeah,
we're not stupid, right? Because they don't want the military to vote.
Mm-hmm. Correct. They don't want them to vote.
So, but yes, you are correct. That did happen.
That did happen. So you have that going on. I don't know that I have any more. Oh, you know what I wanted to play is the Lansing, Michigan that I didn't get to on the last episode, Jim, because of the internet issues. What had happened there with the machines, the Dominion voting machines. Now, this is the Secretary of State, the googly-eyed, the robotic-looking woman that actually was bizarre, looking on the one show. But here's what she had to say about the Dominion voting machines, folks.
Issues with the programming of the VATS with specifically
Yes.
from Dominion. Why was that only caught in the past few days, and why can't it be fixed? I saw the release.
Yeah, this is a nationwide issue with Dominion voter access terminals in the counties that use them. And the voter access terminals, of course, not all the machines, just the ones that are accessible, have an issue with the straight party voting and a programming issue that's, again, affected the machines nationwide. And I think all of us that use Dominion machines were unhappy to learn about this during the testing period and as early voting began. So we're working with Dominion to seek accountability on that front, and also are working with our clerks to ensure voters are aware of this programming issue that will require them to ensure they are voting every section on the ballot.
Do you think it's a bigger issue in Michigan because we do allow voters to cross over in ways that a lot of other states don't?
Because we have straight party. It's not struck me as I've talked to my other colleagues in other states. They're just as upset about it as we are. So, yeah, or surprised, I think. Yeah.
Surprised that the Dominion voting machines have glitches. She's surprised, and her of all people. They know about it, Jim. That's the problem. They know about it. Let's talk about Jim. Let's talk about Kamala Harris and her double standard.
Yeah.
I want you to, if you can, play the video. She had two speeches. Yeah, two speeches. If you want to set it up, Jim, and then we'll go into how CNN kind of caught her on it and actually reported on this.
Yep. Here we go.
But go ahead. Yep.
Ready? It's no. Pay attention, folks.
Happened in Gaza over the past 9 months is devastating. We cannot allow ourselves.
This first one is her talking in Michigan. For those of you who are,
it's an ad running in Michigan, or her talking in Michigan. Correct.
Yep, she's talking in Michigan. The next one will be Pennsylvania. Okay, so Michigan, talking about Gaza, the people of Gaza, all this stuff. Oh, damn it! I did it again.
To become numb to the suffering, and I will not be silent. Let me be clear.
Pennsylvania.
I will always stand up for Israel's right to defend itself.
Wow.
And I will
Michigan.
always ensure Israel has the ability to defend itself, because the people of Israel must never again face the horror that a terrorist organization called Hamas caused on October 7th.
Now,
and this is why Rashid Tlaib has not endorsed her.
This is absolutely that was those were ran on the same day, by the way.
Yes.
Same day. So she's in Michigan. She's like, listen, Gaza, we're for the people there, free Palestine, go for it. Pennsylvania, screw them Arabs, man.
You don't see that from President Trump, folks.
You don't see that with it. So
he is always
CNN of all news organizations called her out on it. Let's hear from them.
A K-file investigation this hour finds Kamala Harris is targeting crucial battleground voters with vastly different messages on Gaza and Israel. This ad is running in Michigan, which has the largest Arab population in America.
Can you hear it?
What has
it's very
happened
low.
in Gaza over the past 9 months is devastating. We cannot allow ourselves to become numb to the suffering.
So what you played?
And I will not be silent.
All right, well, it's a very different story for an ad in Pennsylvania targeting Jewish voters.
Let me be clear. I will always stand up for Israel's right to defend itself, and I will always ensure Israel has the ability to defend itself, because the people of Israel must never again face the horror that a terrorist organization called Hamas caused on October 7th.
So there you have it. It is low.
And CNN is mad because CNN is also pro-Hamas.
I know.
That's why CNN is upset.
So that's why CNN reported on it. But isn't that odd, Jim? That's what's occurred there. Shocking, to be honest with you. So, but not. We know
all
this.
These networks when they come out with this, right, where they show her two-facedness, the two sides of her. Where was this 2 months ago?
Yeah.
Remember, this is CNN. You go to CNN, and I bet you the anchor woman who was talking at that time said 2 years ago, maybe President Biden needs to get rid of Kamala as his running mate and pick somebody else. Remember?
Correct.
I mean, now all of a sudden, without a damn vote, she could become the 47th president, which is scary in itself. And not everyone, but people on the left seem to be okay with that.
They seem to be okay with
the guy out of there, the
That's
mean
right.
guy.
That's right.
But he's always been consistent. It will always be Israel. It will always be the ally of the United States of America. That is who he will always defend. He is not going to say one thing to. And oh, by the way, the Arabs in Michigan love him. they've endorsed him.
Yes, correct.
All right. I can't remember the group's name, but the Arab Americans have endorsed President Trump.
Yep, exactly.
All right, because he speaks peace.
And this is why you think it's going to be. This is why you think it's going to be a blowout. I mean, not only blowout, but I mean, you really do. You think it's going to be.
And there's a lot of pollsters that believe the same thing because of the silent Trump voters. And Trafalgar talked about this last night, folks. If you haven't heard, you always hear about the silent Trump voters. Dale and I talked about it before. A while back, we've talked about the silent Trump voters, the ones
publicly won't say they're voting Trump, but will pull the trigger when they go in.
Exactly, because they don't want to tell you. One reason they don't want to tell you that they're voting for President Trump because they don't want you to plan cheating.
Correct.
Coming into it. The other one is you've seen what happens when like black people come out and support Trump. You see what happens to them. They get demolished by their own and the left, and they're called Uncle Toms. They're called all these names.
Yep.
And so they're like, you know what? I'm just not in the mood to deal with that right now. So I'm just going to go about and do this. But I think that silent Trump vote is turning up and turning out.
Yep.
And that's why nobody knows. That's why Arizona, that's why Pennsylvania, that's why Michigan is telling you it could take a week to finish this count. Why does it take a week to finish this count? Because they don't have an accurate, unlike the last election, where they had somewhat of an idea because of polling, because of this, because of that. I believe people were not honest during the polling. When you were asked who you vote for, oh, I'm voting for Kamala. Of course I am. No.
Well, typical.
And so that's why I do believe, and I know there's some other people out there as well. I do believe this is going to be not a landslide like it was when Reagan won 49 states and he lost one. That's not what I'm talking about.
Correct.
I believe he is well going to be above.
Yes.
Okay. He is going to do very well. And I do believe Michigan. And here's my upset special.
Okay.
I think he's taking New York.
Nope.
I think he's taking New York because they are not anticipating New York going to him. But I believe they haven't set anything up to prepare for that. And I do believe the union vote, the black vote in New York, they see what's going on in their city. They see what's happening. They see these illegals getting all this crap, and they're not getting anything. I believe, now I could be wrong, and I'll admit that I'm wrong when it happens, but that's my upset special, is I do believe Trump's going to get New York.
Wow. Wow.
I do.
Okay.
I think
that's a bold claim. I don't think that. I don't think that at all. I think it comes right down to Pennsylvania. I think he takes Arizona still. I do. I know as screwed up as it is, I still think he takes it. I think Kerry Lake wins in Arizona. I think
that would be a huge comeback.
That'd be a huge. I think that happens. I think he's clearly going to take Nevada, which is going to be.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
Weird.
Nevada goes.
So okay, so let's assume then that you're not assuming Arizona, so you're assuming New York. You're not assuming. You're calling an upset. Jim's drinking on here. I know. I think that's true. Mike. I don't think New York. I just don't see it happening. I don't see it happening enough. Too many liberals. Too many to overcome there. I think Arizona. I think he does take Nevada. I think he takes Georgia. I think he takes North Carolina. I think it literally comes down to PA again. I think PA is the focus. I think that's where he has to win PA, because I don't think he's gonna pull it out in Michigan, Wisconsin, and clearly not Minnesota. So that's my guess. There's too much crap going on in Detroit. Too much crap going on in Green Bay. I don't trust it for a minute. There's also crap going on in Fulton County, but I think the Republican governor, who is not a Trump fan, nor is the Secretary of State a Trump fan, I think they know that they need Trump in office. So I think they're kind of watching that a little bit more than normal. We'll see. There was a lot of focus on Fulton County and Georgia in general back in 2020, as was Philadelphia, as was Green Bay, as was Detroit, as was Phoenix, Arizona. I mean, I think they're watching those ones. You're saying they're not watching. They're not worried about New York. Maybe that's why they're going to take it. I think personally, they're trying to pull this stuff off in places like Nebraska, in Missouri, in Iowa, I think they need to change that. I think that's where people need to start focusing and watching this crap. I think that might be where that advantage that he's always had in the flyover states column, I think is where they're trying to focus that. I think they tried with Texas. I don't think it's going to work.
And
so
look, I know it's a long shot for New York. I know it is, but just the rallies for him, the amount of time he spent there, and I don't believe it's 18 points. I know that's what the polls are saying. I don't buy it.
If it was 5 or 6, I would agree with you.
I think at the end it's going to be less than 10.
Yeah.
But I do believe there's a shot because, again, guys, I could be very wrong. I've been wrong before. I never thought President Obama was
and it's probably cheap booze, Buckeye. What's in his cup?
Okay, well, if you're going to do that, then Eddie, thank you. Eddie agrees with me. Arizona, I just don't see it. It's too screwed up.
Eddie, it is 2 hours earlier than it is here for me in Central Time. You cannot start drinking this early in the morning, my friend. But I will be the first one to come on here Wednesday morning and say, Jim, you were right. You are the Nostradamus of the Patriots Prayer Network. I will clearly say that if New York goes his way. And I pray it does, like we all do. I just don't see it happening.
And it's fine. It's a long shot prediction, but I just see the momentum that he has. I see the black community loving him. I mean, loving him. And they get it. And
I agree with they do get it. I do get it.
The key thing I do want to point out real quick, and it does look like I don't buy the 54, folks. Okay. But it does look like we are going to get 52 Senate seats. It does. I mean, it looks like Bernie Moreno is going to pull it off in Ohio.
I think so in Ohio. Correct.
It does. The gains, Mike Rogers in Michigan has pulled even when he was down. He has actually pulled even in Michigan.
Jim, do you understand, folks? That's a state that didn't allow a black man to be senator.
I understand, but I'm telling you, guys, if Republican senators in these states, okay, because McCormick is pushing in Pennsylvania, okay, if the Republicans win in these states, Trump is going to win in those states because
he won down ballot in 2020, but lost the election.
Down ballot. I understand that. And see, I'm not going by what happened because I believe that Laura Trump and the heads of the Republican Party have lawyers in place, have people in place to catch this cheating and stop it. Now, I get it. We're not going to know what's going to happen with the counting. They're going to make this so hard for them to cheat. This is my positive. And
I appreciate
Wednesday
it.
Morning, I could wake up. Wednesday morning, I could wake up and we could do our show at 10:30, and I'll be,
well, we
never
we won't even know, according to Georgia and Pennsylvania and Arizona and Michigan. We won't even know.
But I do honestly believe, I truly do, that this is. I just truly believe that it's going to be a bigger victory than people are anticipating, and it's because the cheaters are not realizing they did not take into consideration the black vote, the union vote, the Hispanic vote, and the Jewish vote. They did not take those into account going so high for President Trump. And I think that's where they're missing out on.
I mean, I don't disagree with you on those 4 voting demographics. I do not. I also don't. I think you're underestimating white suburban liberal women, too. I still think that the message was clear that they will not be able to kill babies if Trump becomes president.
I still think putting food on the table in the end. I think putting food on the table becomes more important than that. That's my opinion.
It should be. I mean, the common sense thing tells you it is, but that doesn't mean that's how they're going.
I just don't believe there's that many women out there are one-issue voters. I don't buy it. I don't believe it. I know there's a lot of the left women are. Okay, they do want that
100%
because they have nothing else to run on. That's all they got to run on.
Correct.
All right. And by the way, folks, everybody knows this. President Trump has never asked for a nationwide ban on abortion. He has never been for it. Will never push it. Okay.
Correct.
With what happened has happened.
That's correct.
The states have responsibility. If you don't like that your state is not allowing abortions after a certain period of time, then do what you got to do.
Do what you got to do.
Okay.
I agree.
But more than
you
likely,
have the right to do that. You have more of a right now. We've talked about it earlier. You have more of a right now.
If you live in the state of Indiana and you feel that way, you might want to move to Illinois. That's all I'm saying.
That's right. That's all I'm saying. Just go ahead.
Indiana's not changing. So,
Jim, let's hear from Lock and Load real quick. Yep. We got more show to get back to, so we'll be right back, folks. Here's Lock and Load Coffee.
When ordinary coffee won't cut it, reach for Lock and Load Coffee, the brew that means business. Crafted for those who demand more from their cup, Lock and Load delivers intense flavor, serious energy, and a sense of patriotism. Whether you're hitting the gym, the job, or the battlefield of life, Lock and Load Coffee keeps you sharp and ready to go. Fuel your drive, stay unstoppable, and support an American-first brand. Lock and Load Coffee. Ignite your day and conquer your mission. Do yourself a favor and order now at lockandloadcoffee.com.
PPK
is Lock and Load
If
Coffee.
you are a medium roast guy,
or girl,
PPK.
Well, that's very sexist.
Well, I'm saying guy in the general neutral way. Like, hey, you guys.
I didn't know. Hey, you guys. I didn't know we were allowed to do that.
Yeah. Speaking of, did you hear about the transgender who's suing Hooters?
Yes. I did hear about that. Did you see the transgender?
Yes, I did.
Suing
and I
Hooters.
Support Hooters' decision.
Boy, I do too. As if Hooters isn't bad enough. Like, their food's terrible, right? Nobody's going to Hooters.
The food is not the best, right?
It's terrible. So if you're going to go there,
breading on their wings.
If you're going to go there, I don't want to see, I don't want to see that. I want to see that.
Right. I will say this: in Indianapolis, they did. I don't know if it is that way now because I didn't know if this Hooters is even
lockandloadcoffee.com, by the way. Thank you.
Sorry, Rich. We're following up with a commercial with this, but there was male servers at this particular.
There were
Hooters, and I just I
just can't do it.
And get it. Hey, it is what it is. Get your own. Ladies,
Jim, I got it. Get your own. Call it bananas.
Get your own nuts. Yeah, call it
get
nuts.
Your own nuts. Yeah, I don't want nuts at my Hooters. Jim, do you know? Were you aware that you can wear technically political paraphernalia at the polling booth?
If it's hair as on walls, maybe.
Yeah. No. Here's what happened to one person who wore a MAGA hat to go early vote.
All right, so you're saying that I can't wear, ma'am? So you're saying I can't wear my MAGA hat because of electioneering? She just said that. You can't wear it. I'm not a politician or a campaign advisor.
You're not allowed to read
and that's yes, I can. It's freedom of speech.
No, you cannot wear it into the building.
Why?
Because you're not allowed to have any campaign paraphernalia in the building.
I'm not part of the campaign. Do you know what the definition of electioneering is?
Good talking to you.
Take care. Do you know what the definition of electioneering is?
Just wait here, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna go vote.
Yeah, they're saying I can't wear my Trump hat when I'm voting because of electioneering. But if you look up the definition of electioneering, it says you can't be a part of a political campaign or actively campaigning or a government official. I am none of those. So this is crazy, guys. This is censorship. This is going against freedom of speech to support a candidate. And it's crazy. All over this controversial hat. I can't wear this hat. And they know I'm right. They're back there looking it up. They're looking up the definition. Let's see if she comes back here and says, "Oh, sir, you know you can wear the hat. You know you're right." There's no such thing. Never heard of it.
Now they're calling somebody.
Making us look like assholes.
Oh,
You shouldn't be telling people to take their hats off.
yeah. Oh, yeah. A guy called him an asshole. Walked right past him. The electioneer guy. It is not.
Rich,
Ignite
this
your
would be
passion, conquer your
awesome
mission.
shirt.
Yeah,
Ignite your
I think so
passion,
too.
Conquer your mission. That
Yep.
would be a great lock and
You're
load
welcome,
shirt.
by the way, Rich. Yeah, I think it would make a great shirt too. Get on it. Yeah, you do that, my friend. That would be an amazing shirt. So you can. So technically, it's true. It's a "Make America Great" hat.
Right.
Hat, right?
And who doesn't want to make America great?
Yeah. How is that? But because of that, and he has every right to wear it. It doesn't say Trump 2024. It doesn't say any of that. It says "Make America Great."
Yep.
Just like back in 2020, if someone needs to wear a "Build Back Better," which what a funny,
Yeah,
what
because
a
it wasn't.
funny- I
built
never
back
saw
yet.
one.
Yeah.
But if somebody wants to, then that's incredible, and then you can do that. I heard this. Somebody had saw in some town, and I'm sorry, I don't know what it is, but they had a Harris Waltz sign in their front yard.
Mhm.
And it wasn't to scare the kids away from trick or treating. They truly believe that Harris Waltz is the way to go. And they're getting angry because people are publishing their address so the migrants know where to go for free housing. So,
There you go.
I mean, does that?
By the way,
why,
did you
why
see
not?
did you see all the billionaires that are supporting Kamala?
I did.
That you don't hear about. You only hear about the 3 billionaires that are supporting President Trump.
Yep,
But
correct.
another thing that I want to add this, guys. There was over the weekend and last week, there are these financial guys, these big time financial guys.
Mhm.
Okay. They have reached out to President Trump. And
Yeah.
President Trump have said this. They have reached out to him to talk to. Why would they do that?
Why would
They
do
have internal polling that tells them too. This is their money. This is their life, folks.
that? Tells
They
them
have
something,
reached out to
right?
President Trump. So
Mhm.
I am telling you, internal polling is telling people much different than what we're seeing
Correct.
outside. And that's why I think the true numbers
Mhm.
are really going to show up, and they're just, holy shit, what do we do? So now they're
Correct.
going to go the other way. That's why
Mhm.
they're coming out saying, well, it doesn't matter. Even if he wins the election, he's not going to be president inauguration day.
Yep.
They're
correct.
preparing for that because
They are.
they know these numbers are not looking good in their favor. But anyway,
Sure.
that's another addition that
Yep.
I wanted to add to that. So,
I want to play one more election fraud thing, and then you have something from
Real
the
quick.
first gentleman, second gentleman. What is he called?
Says it
I
out
don't-
loud.
Says it out loud. But here's Ohio. Here's some election things going on there.
News
So
today about the election-related lawsuit he filed against the Biden administration.
LaRose claims the Department of Homeland Security failed to give Ohio access to federal citizenship verification records that are needed to prevent those non-citizens from voting. Let's get to 10 TV political reporter Doug Petcash, who interviewed LaRose about why he is pushing this effort.
Yeah, that's right, Angela and Yolanda. Secretary LaRose says the state can use the Federal Systematic Alien Verification and Entitlements, or SAVE, database to verify citizenship, but says the Biden administration is denying Ohio access to 3 other federal databases.
The federal government is required to make this data available, and I believe we'll win this case and be able to access that citizenship data that we need to verify that only American citizens are voting.
This comes as LaRose works to remove non-citizens from the voter rolls and have some prosecuted for election fraud. In August, he referred potential evidence to the Attorney General's office that 597 people who were not U.S. citizens were registered to vote in Ohio. LaRose says 138 of those appear to have voted in past elections. Then last week, Attorney General Dave Yost announced indictments of 6 people who were accused of voting in more than one election. Ohio has more than 8 million registered voters. Now, with the lawsuit against the Biden administration, I asked LaRose why he's putting so much effort into this when the possible fraud cases represent such a small percentage.
I like that. You like that question?
Yeah, love that
Why?
question.
Because they represent such a small percentage. You understand?
I thought
this
every
is
vote needs to count.
one county in one state, right? Yeah.
600 is a small number, but every year we have elections that come down to a single vote. And so it's our duty to make sure that we don't allow people that are not eligible to vote to vote. That's not something I'm going to apologize for. It's our responsibility.
Ohio poll workers are also checking IDs for citizenship status this
Racist.
election. If the back of the ID says non-citizen or non-renewable, they of course will not be allowed to vote.
Oh, wow, geez, shocking news there. I mean, why wouldn't you be allowed to vote?
Look, we know why they
Shocking
want
news.
illegals to vote.
Yeah.
We know why, right?
Of course.
If leftists want to tell me that they have common sense, then why do they want an individual who has lived here less than 3 years to help decide who our president is?
Yeah.
The ones who've been given money, the ones who've been given free board, free meals, kids go to school, hurting our American kids, because these individuals are actually scoring higher on standardized tests because they have to give them more work. Okay. But that's okay.
Correct.
We just need their vote. This is what is bullshit about this whole thing, folks. It is, we are being ramrodded, and it doesn't matter.
Yep.
They don't care. They don't care.
Yep. They don't. Jim,
They call us garbage.
What did Jack Emhoff have to say? Jack, is that his name? Is that Kamala's husband's name?
Folks, for those of you who
Jack
know
Emhoff?
Kamala's background.
Doug Emhoff. Sorry.
Okay. Now, I didn't play the whole video because there is another video that's like 5 seconds longer, but it was a little more graphic. So I'm only going to play this part.
And we'll let you speculate.
But folks, listen to this because he says it. Comedy writes itself sometimes.
It does.
She did what Kamala always does. She just put her head down and she went to work.
What did it? Play it again, Jim.
This is what Kamala does, and she always does.
Yep.
Kamala did what Kamala always does. She just put her head down and she went to work.
Hence why you married her. She's probably very good at that. I don't know. It seems to be her specialty, her expertise.
Oh,
but
my God. Yeah, there was a little bit of added to that. So go out and watch it.
Greatest accidental admission in history.
Yep. It's like when they tell the truth without telling the truth.
Without telling the truth. They say
don't
the
even
quiet
realize
parts out loud.
Yeah.
They definitely say the quiet parts out loud. And they put her face was on Las Vegas Fair as well, and I said her face has been on balls before.
Oh, we got to do this, folks, because if the election doesn't turn out the way we turn out,
we won't be able to play.
We won't be on the air much longer.
Yeah, I mean,
so that's just
we'll be censored and in jail, according to some people on here who told us that.
Because I'll be damned if I'm going to say pro socialism. Sorry,
me too.
Not happening.
Me too.
So,
Jim, there's one other thing that I think I want to play here near the end, and it is the most recent ad put together regarding
awesome.
unity in the Trump party. This ad here, it's a couple minutes long. I'm not going to interrupt it. I'm not even going to pause it or anything. You need to hear it from beginning to end. If you have not heard this yet, it's probably the best ad. And for me, one of the biggest reasons to vote for Donald Trump and this administration, the team he's put together, the people that are backing him, it's unquestionable what the right call is. Let's listen to this, Jim.
What will we do with this moment? How will we be remembered? Look at the opportunities before us.
This election really isn't about the left versus the right. It's about we, the people, choosing our government and the choice between freedom versus tyranny.
Nobody has a chronic disease burden like we have. Why are we allowing this to happen to our children? Ultimately, the only thing that will save our country is if we choose to love our kids more than we hate each other.
What is going on here is deeper than politics. It is deeply spiritual. We are being called to rise above the hatred and the fear and the evil.
We need to remember above and beyond that we must love our neighbors, that we must treat other people as we hope to be treated.
You want to be a rebel? You want to be a hippie? You want to stick it to the man? Show up on your college campus and try calling yourself a conservative.
America is going to reach heights that it has never seen before. The future is going to be amazing.
Don't you want healthy children? Don't you want a president that's going to make America healthy again? The sweet emotion raining all over me.
I come to you today as a former Democrat. I will be a first-time Trump voter tonight.
The people dreamed this country, and it's the people who are making America great again.
The single greatest ad. I'm
give
talking,
you-
Jim. I'm talking. The single greatest ad I have ever seen in my life for America, for unity, for safety, for protection, for no wars, for health. It crosses the board. It covers right and left. It doesn't single out a single citizen of this country. It unites. It brings it together. That's an ad you'll never see with the Kamala Harris campaign. And I'm sorry I was rude to you telling you I was talking, but I had shit I wanted to say because I mean it. And it's heartfelt, and I can't explain enough. I love your confidence. I love how you are. I just can't explain enough how important it is to go out and vote tomorrow if you haven't, because that's the administration. Those are the people that are going to save this country from socialism, from even communism. Who knows how far it'll go? It's so important. Jim, floor's yours. Sorry again.
No, and for those of us, because for those of you who've been watching us ever since we started, we are big Reagan guys.
Mm-hmm.
And some of his speeches recently, some of his performances just remind us so much of President Reagan. He came at a time we needed him.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
And with the world destabilized, just like it was back when he came to be president with Russia the way it was, we need him. I mean, I know people hate him. I get it. They need him. But that was an amazing. And I do think, if you don't mind, Dale, I think I've got it. We put it up there, but I really think when we end it, we need to end it with Natasha.
Yeah, I think so too. I think
because
so.
Tomorrow's
Natasha, and of course our ending song. But so here's what's going to
correct.
Yep. We'll end the show now. I think we've said what we have to say today.
Yeah.
I think, folks, you have to go out and vote. The importance of it. You saw the Trump ad at the beginning. All he's been through, all he's done. A man who doesn't have to do it, doesn't take a salary, live his life on the golf course in any place in the world, and he's doing it for us. The least you can do is vote for the man. Vote for Donald Trump. Vote for JD Vance. Vote for America. Vote red. It's so very important to do that. Show note: tomorrow, the Patriots per network, full lineup. Eddie will be here. The To The Point podcast. The conservative corner with Seth. You have
Alexandra. I think Alexandra 360 will be here.
Alexandra 360. It all starts off with yours truly, Jim and Dale. We will be here live at 10:30, covering the day's news. We will be off, and then others will take over, and we'll hop back on. We have some amazing people joining us during our time on there. We have Minnesota State Representative Walter Hudson is going to hop on, give us kind of the feel of what's going on there in the great state of Washington. We have Christopher Martini. If you don't know who that is, he was the director of the movie The Relentless Patriot, the documentary about Scott Lebedo, the artist you see at every Trump event. He did that. Plus now his new documentary, The Man You Don't Know. It's about Donald Trump. Elon Musk shared it. The thing's got over 40 million views on X. He will be here to kind of explain why he felt the need to make that documentary and what he's hearing out there about votes. We will have then also, we think Caitlin Colgate will be here from the Red Stiletto Republican Women out of Texas. She will join us for a few minutes to tell us what's going on there in Texas and what she's hearing and all the work she's done. And then 7:30, I think, Central or Eastern time, Natasha Owens, contemporary country and patriotic recording artist, will be here as well. She is also from the great state of Texas. Jim, let's play Natasha. We'll go right into our ending outro there, folks. Thank you, Jim, for your contribution. Thank you, everybody, for joining us and spending your Monday again with us. Please go vote. So very important. Stay tuned for tomorrow. The whole network will be here, and we are broadcasting live, and we will have up-to-the-minute news and exit polling information, and you name it. The most important election in the history of our country. Pray tonight. Pray for the country. Pray for our families. Pray for our safety. Jim, I pray for you and your family. I pray for all of us that this goes the way it needs to go. It needs to. Jim, do what you got to do.
And folks, this is what it's all about.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous height, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the hope of the
God
Mark
bless you.
Cuban, Mark
God-
Cuban, that is one of the many great women that support and love President Trump. And when you insult her and women like her, we rally around them.
We do. Well said, Jim. Well said, Jim. Till tomorrow. Join us then. Please go vote. God bless you.
God bless America, folks.
And we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for joining. Appreciate your support. We'll talk to you soon.